Aercap is the world's largest lessor of commercial aircraft to approximately 300 airlines around the world. While British Airways is large, with a fleet of 582 planes, most global airlines are not big enough to purchase airplanes at scale from Airbus and Boeing, or they lack the financial resources to pay for them, and therefore they rent them instead. This is where Aercap comes in. They own a fleet of over 1,700 aircraft and rent them to airlines around the world, typically for 6 to 12 years. It's an attractive business to be Aercap. With their scale, they can purchase new planes at a discount and then profitably rent them to airlines with long-term leases at a total cost that is lower than what the airline could achieve on their own. Aercap is an important middleman between the major manufacturers of aircraft, which are Airbus and Boeing, and hundreds of airlines around the world. Aercap is a preferred first point of contact for airlines looking to add aircraft to their fleets, because Aercap can provide them with more options and potentially better financial terms than they could get on their own. As experts, Aercap can also help airlines with their long-term fleet plans and advise them on which aircraft models best fit their needs. On the other side, due to their relationship with so many airlines, Aercap is an important sales channel for Airbus and Boeing. In fact, over its history, Aercap has taken delivery of more aircraft than any other airline or lessor. Air travel is an attractive end market, growing faster than the global economy. Over the next 20 years, the global fleet of commercial aircraft is expected to increase by 50%. It's been over 120 years since the Wright brothers' first flight, but still today, less than 20% of the world's population has ever flown on an airplane. As incomes rise in emerging markets, air travel increases, and so global airline traffic is projected to grow 4.7% annually over the next 20 years. Additionally, airlines are increasingly opting to lease rather than own aircraft. Around 55% of the world's commercial aircraft fleet is leased today. This is up from 35% in 1990 and only 10% in 1970. This trend is expected to continue as airlines realize renting makes more economic sense than owning. Aercap is a great business, but so are hundreds of other stocks. The reason why we own Aercap and not them is valuation. Most great businesses are fairly valued or even overvalued. On the other hand, we believe Aercap is significantly undervalued. We do extensive research and diligence on Aercap to assess what it's worth. But here's a simple way to see what a bargain Aercap appears to be. The S&P 500, which is the benchmark for the US stock market, has grown its earnings at around 7.5% a year for the past decade. Aercap has grown its business even faster, around 10% a year for the past decade. Yet, despite its better growth, Aercap is valued at around 8 times its earnings, while the S&P 500 is valued at over 22 times. That's almost 3 times more expensive. Bargains like Aercap are incredibly rare, and that is why we own Aercap and not some of the other good companies out there with much more expensive valuation.